That's the podcast where we talk about games, news about games, and anything game related. Basically, we just love our games. So this week it's just going to be me, Pookievision, joined with High Arcade,
Hello.
Johnny Boy, Buster, Donkey Man, and Mikey are all off at the moment. They're all away doing their own thing, so that's fine, and they're cracking on with that. Like so, it's just going to be the two of us for this month. It is running late now. I've been on holiday. Mikey's been on holiday, still is. And John is been working, and Dunk's also had people visiting in that. Like so, we've just not been able to get a chance to get a recording done. So this one is coming out for April. This is the April episode, and it is coming running a bit late. So it's going to be uploaded about the 5th. So we anything we mention that is out before the 5th, obviously you probably already have, or yeah, is what it is. So most of this is going to be going from the 5th onwards. There are one or two games we got that are coming out before, but like one to today, for instance, which is the second. Yeah, but so me and Andy are going to take you, me and Andy and High Arcade are going to take you through it today. So well, let's get stuck in. So what's the what have you been playing, Andy? Then
I have been doing a bit of everything as per usual. I replayed Resident Evil 4. Not Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 7 and 8. I bought the
and eight.
Village, the gold edition, so I thought, fuck it, I'll go back and I'll play the full story of Ethan. And since I bought the gold edition of Village, I finally got to play the DLC for it, where you play as Ethan's daughter, and it shows you what happens in the story post Ethan. Be too spoilery about it, but finally got around to that, and it was awesome. What else have we been playing?
Yeah, because I remember you playing that village one, and I just came in to see you, or did I said, oh yeah, I think I came either in to see you or something, and you were literally just in a bedroom hiding under the bed, and I didn't know what you're on about. And then this giant baby just starts crawling around the bed and that, like, and I was just like, literally like most disgusting fucking thing I've ever seen.
It's a giant fetus, isn't it?
Oh, it's weird, man. Like,
Yeah, a big
yeah,
monstrous fetus. But other games I've been playing a little bit more of Helldivers too. Um,
yeah. Not delved into that at whatsoever, like so, but
uh,
it seems to be the very much the in game of the moment, like
yeah,
so.
the two I think I'll probably be sinking most of my time in the next couple of weeks or 2 weeks would be Dead Island 2. I just bought that and I've been doing streams of that. And Diablo 2, which are both kind of the same, kind of like grindy loot
Yeah, well,
games.
you streamed Diablo 2 probably about a month ago or something like that, maybe a bit more, and
Mm.
it was beautiful because I remember I was just watching you play it. Well, oh yeah, I was in the bath, and I was just watching you play it in the bath, so just listening to your voice and listening to the beautiful Diablo 2 score, and yeah, just watching you kill things. I was in the bath, man. Like yeah, so that was yeah, so that's that really good shout that game, man. Like and Dead Island 2, I just didn't finish it. I just got bored. So I ended up just selling it like so. But hopefully you, I think I got up to the point where you were in a, I don't know, well, no spoilers, but yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully you enjoy it more than I did.
Well, it was one of the things where I waited, so I didn't pay full price for Diablo, Resident Evil, or Dead Island. So
Mm.
even if they're if I don't end up enjoying them, like the blow is lessened because I got really good deals on them on the PSN store.
Yeah,
So I got Diablo 2 for £10. You know what I mean? And that's just like a good chill time. It's a good game to stream as well because, as you say, the soundtrack in it's just lush. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, what about you? What have you been playing?
I played. I've been touching on a bit of FIFA and stuff like that for the Ultimate Team, which I've never played in my life, and I didn't really ever want to play it. But my nephew's just obsessed with Man City and that. My brother's spending every waking moment of his evenings now trying to do all these things in order to get him players and stuff like that. Like, so he's been asking me to come on and give him a hand and stuff like that. Because like if I'm an old school FIFA player, he's definitely so he's we're struggling just to get goals and stuff like that, just doing the season co-op, So you get 10 goals or something like that, like you get a Peter Crouch card or something like that. Like
Oh,
so
jeez.
he's been trying to do stuff like that, and I've been trying to help him, bless him. But
Sounds super,
yeah,
super grindy.
I just don't like doing it, mate, because it just gives you rage. And FIFA is probably one of the most fucked places ever to do that kind of thing on a game, because you've got people that play nothing else that bought that game. They're just really good at it. And whenever you get these things like this thing happening this week, you've got 5 days to do to get all these things, and then they're gone. And it's like everybody will just come back. That's really good to do it for 5 days and then just probably go again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's just ridiculous. And if you do any of the things to get any packs, if you actually do open a pack, you get so many duplicates, and it's just algorithmed. It's algorithmed the fuck. Yeah, and it's like my brother sat there saying like if you wanted to get one player, let's say you wanted like David Ginola or someone like that, you have to do like maybe 6 to 9 things. So you'd have to give them an 86 rated gold team, which means you have to have 11 like cards, 11 players of to make the team chemistry 80 or the overall player levels 86 and over. Then you need like another team that's 85 plus, then another team that's like 89 plus. Then you have to have a team of the week player, but with like 5 other players, and then something like that, and all this. And it's just like he said, the hours that you would have to put in just to get one fucking player is ridiculous, man. Do you know what I mean? And then if you want to go on and get the coins, it's like to get anywhere, you're a Cristiano Ronaldo or whatever, it's like 600,000 coins. But to do that, you'd have to play it for about 6 months. It's
Or just buy
and
them.
yeah,
You
but
buy the coins.
you can buy them online
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like, and then you can get the FIFA bucks and all that, like. But the way that they do that is very clever. Anyway, it's enough about FIFA. But yeah, so I've
It's
been
it's so shitty that kind of practice though, because it's like they can say, "Oh well, this is all content you can get without paying for," so you can't really, you can't complain too much. And it's like,
yeah.
yeah, but with the reason that Pook just laid out there was just you're requiring hours of time and doing something, playing the game in a way that's not fun to get it. It's
Yeah.
like
And
you're
then when
just
you actually reward me, you then algorithm the fuck out of me. You'll give
yeah.
me 2 of the same player in the same pack when I've just
Mhm.
spent fucking 60 hours, you know what I mean, playing your
Yeah.
game. And it's just sort of, fuck you, man. It's like my brother has to play it online. He's now got to the point where he can't really do the solo stuff anymore. He has to do stuff online because he's so shit. Do you know what I mean? He can't do it by himself, like, and then I'm not even that good either. So yeah, it just is what it is,
FIFA
eh?
sucks. I
But
think that's been a well-known fact for a while.
well, there's that new football game, isn't it? The whatever it's called, I can't remember what it was called now, but that's going to be coming out at some point, probably either later this year or next year. So there's going to be a football game coming out to rival it, and I really hope it
Okay.
just does the way better, because the algorithm and the what do you call it? Can't think of the bloody word now. But when the game just they just fixed the game, basically. It's just fixed.
Patch.
So no, it's I can't remember the name, what you call it, but it's when you're playing, like we're playing pro clubs, and it will, like, your player will run on the spot for a couple of seconds so
Oh,
that the
lag.
defender is able to get the ball. Not lag, no, it's literally it algorithms. It kind of like makes it so the other team wins.
Hmm.
I can't remember what the word is, but it's embarrassing anyway. And then
Scripted events in a game that's supposed to be
scripting, that's the
skill
one.
based.
It's scripted the fuck. So if the new one's not scripted, I'll be well happy.
Hmm.
But yeah, then I've been playing Battlefield 2042. So I've been playing with you guys
Yeah, you've been getting
and
good at
Lana.
it
Hey
bit
Lana.
by bit.
But yeah, so I've been getting better, and then I've been opening up my guns, and then started researching what are the better guns, and then just doing better stuff like that. So I was doing that up while I was up at my mum's on holiday. So starting to enjoy Battlefield a bit more again. Like, so I'm not just stood there making loads of noise, running in like headless chicken, and just basically dying continuously because I've got no armor, I've got no fuck all. Now I'm actually staying with my squad, staying in a good position, using the guns to my advantage. I've got armor on, I've got turrets set up, I've got fucking missile launchers taking down choppers. I've now got silencers and decent muzzles and all this sort of thing. Like, so I can then I'll be in a room and I'm just shooting people. Then I'll change to a different muzzle and I'm shooting someone long distance. And then I'm going into a building to attack people, put my silencer back on. So you see, I'm starting to get the feel of it now,
Yeah.
rather than just running around going, "What am I doing?" Because you're just like, you may as well just be a red dot on the map, just running around, just going, "Look at me."
One bit that
Ah,
actually
right.
had me shook was we maybe played it the second or third time, and you were well into enemy territory, on the sector that wasn't ours, and you were standing on the back of an enemy tank, just looking at me like, Andy, what am I supposed to do with this? Like,
I don't know how
look,
to
I'm on a
kill the
tank.
tank.
Like, the fuck?
I don't know how to kill the tank, Andy. Can you tell me how to kill the tank? I can't kill. I'm just stabbing it with my knife, I think. I'm
It was
stabbing
like
because I'm like,
128 players or something like that in the server, and nobody's shooting him. He's just standing there on top of this tank. Like,
this guy is that stupid, man. They probably thought I was one of theirs. Nobody's that stupid. That's probably what it was. So yeah, I played that. I saw you playing it for a minute, but I started playing Midnight Suns again because I played the demo back in like 2023, the January. It's up on the YouTube. Um, and I started playing that again. But to be honest, the story's dog shit. The dialogue's dog shit. The script is dog shit. It's just you're in you could like put paintings up and move paintings and build like furniture in your room, and all of that is absolute fucking pointless shit. It's just like fluff to make the game bigger. The only reason you would ever play that game is because you get to get these awesome superheroes in the same room, and that's about it really. But it just gets a bit meh, to be honest. But that's why it's free after a year. So
so Pick just took a massive shit on Midnight Suns. I actually thought it
yeah,
was okay. It was
yeah.
like
Well, the gameplay's
Fire
good. I
Emblem,
like.
but for Marvel fans, right? Like you've got the missions you go out on, but then
Ain't got dick on fucking Fire Emblem,
yeah,
but
you
I
can go
I,
ask
under, I
fucking
understand
Spider
the
Man if he
connection.
wants to have a tea party and shit like that in between your missions, and
Oh, that was it. Yeah, like
yeah,
I
it
saw,
was
I
just
sent you pictures of me fishing.
yeah.
Like, do you want to go fishing, Tony Stark? Yeah, let's go fishing. And then I'm fishing, but he doesn't have a rod. He's just stood there
Yeah.
watching me fish.
And it's
And
like the
what?
sort of the bonds that you make with the characters actually strengthen how they fight together if they are near each other or
Yeah.
they're fighting
So,
together in the next
so I
mission and
get
stuff
that.
like that. But it's I'm kind of in the same camp as you, whereas that felt just so just like
Stupid,
lip
pointless, and
service. Yeah,
weird.
it was like
Yeah, just like
every time
what?
it
Just
was at
say,
that, I was like,
let's
will you
go
please?
fishing. Phase in. They're fishing.
Yeah.
Phase out. You stop fishing. Now it's fucking carry on. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do 27 hours of dialogue of asking Tony Stark about fish and that. I don't give a fuck.
It's one of these games where it's like,
So,
oh, you kind of have to sort of live in this game and get to know all the characters and backstory. And I'm like, no, man, I want to play the card game.
no,
It's
I just playing the card game. That's
yeah,
all I enjoy it for. So just literally just killing shit with the cards and leveling my cards and that like. So I did enjoy that part of it. But like I said, I shat on the rest of it. But that side of it, the actual gameplay, I actually really enjoy. Um,
they actually
so
the
the
moves
only,
and stuff, right? Seeing Blade, his special moves when he jumps in the air and it all goes red and flashing around him and stuff like the attacks and the way all
yeah,
the
you
actual
you
combat
blast
works is really
straight in
cool.
line blasts from Captain Marvel and stuff like that. Like, but it can be a bit stupid sometimes because it's sort of like destroy this helicopter before it fucking takes off, and it's like you just get all three of them to run through everybody. It's not like D&D. You get hit from behind if you run past or something.
Yeah,
You just run through them all, kill the helicopter in 3 moves, and then you just kill all the fucking
yeah, you
the
got the
rest of
waves
them.
of bad guys because you have to clean up after doing whatever. It works
Yeah.
like a board game or a card game. That's kind of the idea, is that it's presented in flashing
Well, yeah,
graphics.
yeah, it has its flaws, but
And it's yeah,
I've
I'm in the
enjoyed
same camp as you when it comes to like I think they could have just had a really good action card game instead of like there's like this big barrier
it.
for entry where you have to skip through all this story and interact with all this stuff that's just so boring before you get to the good stuff.
Exactly, like, and then I guess I have to play something weird every now and then, like, so I've been playing Hentai versus Evil, which is
Do I
basically you
want to
could
Google
play.
this? We are on stream.
It's just tough to and you wanted three female characters, and pretty much like with your guns and shit, and you have to go and yeah, basically there's evil just trying to interrupt the hentai world, so you've just got to go out and do some weird fucking shit. Um,
Hey, we got Ben Fumir chatting to us. Hey fellas, hey
so
Ben.
what are you streaming?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I didn't know you were streaming. I thought we were just recording.
Yeah, this is our first stream podcast. Thanks
Oh, I
for
didn't know
tuning in,
that.
Ben.
Like, I'd have said that at the beginning. I didn't know. I thought we were just recording. Okay, well, okay. Hello, we're live. You didn't
Pookie's
tell me
just
we're
been
live. I could have
he's
said anything.
live.
I could have said anything. I didn't know we were live. You know what I'm like. You need to warn me of that shit.
Yeah,
What's up, Benny boy? You still playing Tetris, Ben? You're still the king of the Tetris world.
The
So you
king
got
either
Ben.
way.
You got Ben from here in, man. Like he's a legend. We used to work with him, like, and he's a god of Tetris. Last time I've been watching him stream and stuff like that, like, which was a little while ago now, like,
And
and
Geometry
he's a
Dash.
god. He's a god of Geometry Dash as well, man. Like he was like
Mm.
#2 in Scotland at one point or some shit.
When you
I
coming
can't.
back on the show, Ben?
Oh yeah, he was on one of these, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he came on with me when we did like a summer special ages ago.
Yeah, yeah. We need to get Ben to come back and do
Yeah, definitely.
a guest for you. So yeah. So and then lastly, literally, I bought Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is so stunning. I can't even begin to put it into words. But yeah. So and I'm not really going to talk about that because I'm literally only about 15 hours in. I'm only at the Chocobo Ranch, so I'm not far in. I've just been too busy and on holiday and shit like that. Like, so I'm going to be delving into that. Like,
That's one of the ones
that's
where it's like I'm
it.
keeping that for future times because it's one of the ones where I know that's going to just destroy my spare time, and that's all I'll do for a good while.
Yeah, I'm literally it's just going to be my solo campaign game. I'm literally just going to be smashing it probably after this game. But yeah, well, if the Final Fantasy 16 Rising Tide DLC, I'll probably play that first. But yeah, but yeah. So that's me really. Like, so
Ben says last time he was on here was June 2021. We've been doing this for a while now, huh?
Jesus, I left in. That's when I left. I left in June 2021. I'm down here.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute, Mr. Bond.
Yes. Let's get
Yeah,
to this
yeah.
list, or Michael will kick our asses.
Yeah, let's get to this list. So basically, we've got some games that me and Andy are looking forward to coming out and stuff like that. Like, but they're in no like kind of order or like a mixed of AAA down to the indies. So we're just mixed, and then we've got a little indie corner of Mikey's he wanted us to do, and we'll do that at the end. So yeah. So we've got. Well, you're going to talk about this one. Is it House Flipper 2?
House Flipper 2. This is one where I'm sure Mikey really liked the first one. It's time to dust off your hammer. House Flipper is back in a brand new fashion. What?
That's filthy as fuck.
Buy and renovate rundown houses. Or maybe you want to build new ones. Now you can start as a rookie flipper and make a fortune by helping out the community of the charming town of China Cove. This looks really cool, actually. This looks really quite good.
With his shiny hammer.
Yeah, it looks like if you like the first one, it's stepped. Is that a shite? Is that a toad? Anyway, it looks like it's.
You got to do some. There must be some shitholes you've got to.
Yeah, it looks
to renovate, man. But
I
it looks
think
like it's based all round. I guess you do stuff on shanties on the beaches. You do different like all sorts of areas and that like you can do. But yeah, I don't think it's not like Sims. I don't think you can live in any of these or anything like that. Like, but I think you kind of just set yourself up maybe to just come in. But there are some places that are absolutely fucked.
So
You're given deadlines.
Like demolition mechanics where it's like it looks like
Minecraft a little bit.
Yeah, it's like voxelized, I guess.
Yeah, so it's like you can like building walls and different stuff like so it's like blocks like a little bit Minecraft. So you take blocks out and stuff like that. Like and it literally it's how you want real life to be actually doing any of this shit because you just like hover tiles over something and then click a button they go down and they're there rather than all the bullshit of actually doing it. But it does look really therapeutic. It's got an interesting kind of some soundtrack for it as well, like for the therapeutic side of it, like so. And you just make it your own. So I don't know whether you're given an actual set list of stuff you're actually wanting in because it's maybe I don't know if you're putting stuff in for an actual customer, so or whether you're actually just picking and choosing what you put in there. I don't. I'm guessing you're given a budget or you have a budget yourself, and I don't know whether you start from your first house like a story and then it just transitions into the next one with how much profit you make off that one is how much you can use on the next one. I'm not quite sure of any of that, but it would kind of make sense to me to make it an actual kind of business side of the game, or whether it is just sticking shit in a building.
Yeah, it looks like a huge step up from the first one.
Well, factor it's on Steam, and that's 32 quid. But if you pay an extra 18 quid or something, it's currently 5% off. You can get both the first one and the second one. So if you wanted to play them back to back, you could get them on Steam for 50 quid or 32 just for the one by itself
Complete flipping experience.
with your shiny hammer.
Yeah, this one was. I love these kind of games, man. These like these sandboxy, kind of daft, funny indie games. But this one looks like they really put time in this. The second one. It's got quests. I'm seeing in the I'm watching the second trailer here. And there's actually a sandbox mode where you can actually just like. There's definitely a demographic that loves all this stuff. If you think about things like Power Washer Simulator and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that one that I played, with Sarah the other last year was that unpacking game, like where you just basically you unpack in the house and you
yeah.
have to unpack, but it actually has a storyline to it. But I didn't play it that long, except to move house and that. But it's like it is the story of a girl's life growing up and how she moves throughout her life. And I didn't know this, but somebody told me. But you get to like a level where you've got to unpack, but there's nowhere to put your stuff because your boyfriend at the time is a prick. So you move in with him and you can't move any of your stuff, and it's basically her figuring out that okay, this isn't going to work, and then they move on and stuff like that. Like, so it's actually quite interesting how it makes it into a kind of an emotional story base as well. So
Didn't
just
expect a game about unpacking boxes to hit you in the feelings, huh?
Yeah, I might play it
That's
again
cool.
actually, just so I could actually play the story of that. You bastard. So
what have we got up next?
well, that's I've changed my thing now.
That's the game you play while watching Netflix or listening to a podcast. A background, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
Absolutely. Like, but that's out. No, it's not that one. It's here. So where are we?
Sea
So
of
that's out
Opportunities.
19th of the 4th, and that's going to be on Steam. So
It looks fun. That looks actually like a lot of fun.
mm.
What's up next?
Next one is Final Fantasy 16 DLC: The Rising Tide.
18th of April.
I don't really give a fuck because Square Enix pumps out about 67 games a year, and 3 of them are absolutely fucking diamonds. So Final Fantasy just take my money. Apart from 15, it can get to fuck, but they took my money anyway.
What a name for their production studio. Creative Business Unit 3.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them, Andy.
Well, I mean, there's at least 3. There's that much anyway.
Square Enix have
Fucking
got
hell.
at least 50,000 million bloody people working for them, all in different areas, different countries, all doing different stuff. Like, I think Square Enix are a little bit like Netflix, at least Netflix used to be, where somebody would just come and go, I've got a series idea about filming my cat taking a shit in my garden, and Netflix would be like, yeah, sound, go make it. I give a fuck. It's some money. I think Square Enix are just like that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the spin-offs out the ass for sure.
Oh, mate.
This looks
But
like
anyway,
a lot of stuff for a free add-on.
well, this is a lot of game of the year for me anyway last year. And then it's already had a DLC out already, which I've already played, and that was $7.99 or something. So I bought that, played that. It wasn't a massive amount, but it's like a nice little, just like kind of extra little bit of story. There wasn't any extra stuff or bits or anything like that. It's literally just a doorway from an area, which I'm guessing they always plan to release a DLC because that doorway's in the actual main game. And then you go in and it's like an extra bit, which I won't give any spoilers if you've not played it, but it's just an extra bit where you've got like you start at that door and you go up like a tower basically, and there's a boss battle and obviously fodder along the way. So, but this one, and that one was paid. This one's actually free, but apparently I think you have to have the pass or something like that, like to play it. But this has got like new weapons, new stuff, armor, new vendors. They've opened up new areas, maybe new people, like monsters and stuff like that, like, and added a little bit more to the story of it. So whether it takes place before the end battle or whether it's afterwards, I'm not really quite sure. But it's the last DLC that they're doing for this game. This game now ends with this, so don't expect anything more. But this is a beautiful little gift, I think, just to add a little bit more to this game. Like, so.
It looks impressive. It looks really good, actually. It looks more like a fighting game than a Final Fantasy game.
Well, there's new skill set features. You can save like unique feats and ability sets now. Like you get new custom controller types, so you can actually customize your button layouts on it now. The tones have been corrected as well. New screen effects added to the photo mode, and orchestron roles have been added as well. Like, so, there's a quick complete function as well, so you don't have to fucking fart around through all the quest givers. You can just do quick complete if you're trying to do speed runs and all this sort of things. Just try and get through it. Icons have all been updated, so there's loads happened to it. Like, they've not just added this, but they've also updated it as well. So, but I'll be smashing this.
It's got a
100%.
buy now thing here, but I think that actually means the buy the full game. Yeah.
But that. But that's out some point this month. Obviously,
the new quest will become available after unlocking Origin as a destination on the world map. So you do have to progress the main game to some get to it.
Right, and then that makes sense. Yeah, which I have. I've literally blitzed the entire game. I've done everything except the time trials because I didn't do it on Spider-Man 2, and I did not done it on this one, and I don't do time trials because it gives me sheer and utter rage. So if I can't do them within like the first 10 goes, the game gets to fuck. So
it says you've got new abilities. Leviathan the Lost. Tame the tides and drown your enemies both near and far with the terrible might of the Icon of Water.
oh, so they're bringing the final Eidolon.
You've got an increased level cap. Story
Yeah.
action focused mode takes it from level 50 to level 60. The Final Fantasy mode takes you from 100 to 110. Got new locations, Cairo's Gate. Plumb the depths of a virtual underworld, vanquishing wave after wave of infernal foes. Only with both strength and strategy will Clive survive the Cairo's Gate and emerge with the spoils. So this looks like a sort of combat mode that's going to really stretch the mechanics they put into it. Looks really good.
Challenge accepted.
I
think
know,
I find
I
didn't get. I don't think I got to level 50 on the main game, so I couldn't be bothered to farm it. But I got it on the last DLC, and I didn't get an achievement. I was like, "You can get fucked. No achievement for getting your max score, you bastards, man." So,
right, and so next up we have, is it Scare Ritual?
no, it's Braid Anniversary Edition.
All right, okay.
I've no idea about this whatsoever. You'd have to.
Announcing Braid Anniversary Edition. I am going to close Steam so I don't get pop-ups. We're happy to reveal the release date and further details for Braid Anniversary Edition. Back when I was originally working on Braid. Right, just to for context, this is the dude, Jonathan Blow. He was in indie game. I knew you were going to laugh at that. Jonathan Blow. He was in. I don't know if you ever watched it. It was fucking awesome. It was the indie game, the movie. It was a documentary. It came out like a good while ago, for the launch of Fez. You remember that game?
Yeah.
And Super Meat Boy and Braid itself, and I think there might have been another game, but it sort of charted the journey of the guys that made it. And Jonathan Blow he had quite a unique struggle that you've seen in this film. What
Cool,
Braid
man.
meant to him and how Braid was perceived after it was released.
Well, this was like 2008.
Yeah, so it's a good while ago.
Old game. Was it Nintendo? Was it?
No, it's a solo dev. That's what I'm saying. Jonathan Blow's his name.
Right.
Does it all on his own, and he made some really cool mechanics. Did you ever play Braid?
Did I ever play it? Yeah, back in like 2008.
Yeah, so like the time reversing puzzles and that sort of stuff. It was pretty cool.
So PlayStation. I think I can't remember if I played it on PlayStation or Xbox or it was on PC. I can't remember which one I played it on.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was an interesting game because like obviously highly puzzle based. It looked like back then it was like what you can get on phones now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is nice. It's kind of interesting. It's his sort of
And he
take on how that's sprung from that. It actually has the Braid game has the anniversary edition trailer on it, like the website, and it's got like a little spiel that Jonathan's written here, and he's given a bit of commentary on it, which is quite cool because it's I don't know, it's like one of those I don't know, it's interesting, like the game itself, but the story of the game and the person who made it are all interesting as well.
the protagonist does look a little bit sketchy though, doesn't he?
Huh?
He looks a bit sketchy with his hair in that.
You look a bit sketchy with your hair
You
in that.
know what I mean? He looks like he like hangs out outside school gates and
Oh, that's just nasty.
that.
But it said the launch platform is 360, and that was 720p. So this is the one guy having to take it up to you know 4K now.
Well, it's a massive jump from back then, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what it says. If you play original Braid on a 4K monitor, the result is blurry and unpleasant to look at. The original double scale art that we had to archive for Braid still be blurry at 4K. So it's pretty cool that they've managed to, do it all again.
Do it again. Did it.
Well, for me, it just marked the time when, I was in 2008. I think that was at the back of me just starting to make money and really delving into the sort of gaming that I can afford. That's what I think. Braid was one of the ones that was quite popular back then. It kind of struck a chord with me when I seen that he's doing an anniversary edition. I suppose enough time has passed, right? But yeah, that's the thing that's happening on April the 30th.
April 30th, so it's at right at the end of the month then.
It's PlayStation, Xbox, iOS, Android that you can get if you subscribe to Netflix too.
Right, booty.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, man.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Next one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Wrath of the Mutants.
Holy shit.
So
Holy shit, this looks good.
it does look pretty good. Like, so I'm guessing you can bounce back and forth between the four turtles, like. But if it's 100% arcade, so if you loving the fact that it was like anything to do like with Streets of Rage 4 or games like related to that kind of like genre, then this is going to be well up your street because it just looks amazing. Like so, plus it's fighting against like your known enemies, like the Warthog and that sort of thing. Like even though he looks anorexic as fuck in this one.
That literally just flashed on the screen as you were saying that. What's going on?
He looks anorexic. The last time I watched the video, he looks
Yeah,
anorexic.
he just popped up on the screen like that. Where is he? Where is he? There. What the fuck happened to him? Hey, Warthog looks like that.
Yeah, because he's an absolute unit. Like I remember my toys were bigger than that.
Yeah.
So.
But it's got like that. I guess it's maybe part of the character style change with this style that they're going for. It
Yeah,
looks like
they're
a
young
kind
and
of
hip now, isn't it? So
looks like it's meant to be like an old school looking game. Like looks like it'd be maybe a late PS1 or early PS2 type looking game.
100%, like, but
Looks good.
but this is like it's you're re-experiencing it though because this was out in 2017 on Steam and it's got an additional 3 stages, 6 additional boss battles, and you can take control of all four of the turtles, and it's basically from inspired by the turtles in time. But you can also play it with your friends because you can play 4-player local co-op on it as well.
I've just seen all the different characters. That fly monster looks disgusted. Baxter Stockman, his mouth looks fucking horrifying.
It's like Jeff Goldblum's back in it.
Yeah, it looks good, eh?
Well, so yeah, so that's Cradle Games, Game Mill Entertainment, and that's out on the 23rd of this month.
Oh yeah.
And then the next one is all you, bud, because I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It's been on my favourites. Followed it, everything, and obviously it's God rest his soul, isn't it? Eh?
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
era, man. So this
Yeah.
game's called Sandland. When this podcast goes out, I'm gonna have to just say this podcast goes out to the late Akira Toriyama. Passed away not too long ago, but his illustrations or whatever you could call them, like his manga and all that, is literally just Dragon Ball Z. Especially, it's literally just like he's entertained me through my most of my life. So God rest his soul, and appreciate everything he did. But this is obviously one of his last kind of last adventures, eh? So yeah, Sandland.
Yeah. And it is good. It is good. I
It
played
looks sick as fuck. Like the
the demo.
vehicles differences. It looks like I'm trying to remember now, like for the videos I watched, but it looks like a mixture of Borderlands um, and something else. It kind of reminds me a lot of Borderlands. The kind of like the kind of look at it, you know, like the lay of
Cartoon
the
style,
lands,
yeah.
the areas and stuff like that, like jumping in and out of vehicles and that sort of thing. Um, that's it. Obviously, it looks like Lord of the Rings. It looks like Borderlands meets Dragon Ball Z. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, the demo, I absolutely suggest that everyone play the demo if you're into this sort of thing. It's like an action JRPG, but it's the best. It's got a focus on the vehicles and mechanics, which Akira
The vehicles look
Toriyama did
so
some
fun, man.
awesome vehicle designs, and it's really ringing through in this, especially with the next gen tech we've got now. We've got all these little fine details on it that make it look like stylized, and the way it does in the manga, and just how hyper detailed some of it can look, even though it is sometimes not. But it's a lot of fun. The demo let you run around this sort of open sand land, and obviously the whole game isn't, well, there are areas that aren't all sandy, but the main focus is the sand land, and it was kind of open. You could switch between vehicles. You know, it had like a button that you pushed and it gave you a wheel, and you could choose between. I think it was like a fat little tank, and there was a mech, and then there was a bike. And you could just fly around, and it had these sort of JRPG enemies that would show you their level and stuff. And if one of your vehicles was destroyed, then it was a game over, at least in the demo. So there was lots of cool little detailed areas you could go to. You could
The,
find
the,
a little
the,
hidey hole where the demon you play as, I forget his name, where he used to hide when he was younger, and it's a little stash of comics and sweets and stuff like that. And it's really cool. It's really detailed. There was other bits you could find, and it looked like just like a little hole in the ground, but you went into it, and it was this massive underground ruin. It had different enemies, scorpions, and treasures and stuff like that.
Giggity.
So I'm gonna be buying this one for sure.
Well, I'm 100% buying it as well. Is it co-op?
I think it's single player only, but don't quote me on that.
Fuckers. The but the thing is, so with Sandland is that Sandland isn't just Toriyama drawing and all this sort of thing. Like, you know what I mean? It goes way back because Sandland is from um, like like well, it's a manga series. It's written and illustrated by Toriyama, so it's not just with that, but it was in weekly magazines. That was
Yeah, what
in
do they call
Japan
them?
with
The shoujons or something like that.
yeah, the shonens, yeah, the shonen
Right.
mangas, and it was back in like 2000. So this is really old. This is like around like same time he was doing like GT or something like that, like way back then. And
Beelzebub,
it's
that was
like
the demon's name.
yeah, Beelzebub, yeah, that's the demon prince. Because like, but Sandland wasn't just in the Japanese magazines; it was also in the North American Viz. So do you remember Viz? And it was in our Shonen Jump because I remember reading it in the Shonen Jump. I don't know if you ever used to read Shonen Jump,
No.
but Shonen Jump was like like the English way of being able to look at shit from back before YouTube and all this shit. You have to go to a shop and read a magazine to look at what games are coming out and all this sort of shit, like, and all what's happening in manga world and all this sort of thing. But it was in Shonen Jump as well. But obviously, it's a mix with the game itself. It's like the premise is it's a little bit like Mad Max, So like Mad Max is like desert place where it's been ravished by whatever's happening, but in this one it's like there used to be a river that provided water to the entire land, but that's dried up, and so Beelzebub, this demon prince, gets sick and tired of his king, his dad or whatever, just being an utter prick, and being his greed. So then him and his friends go off to try and through the Sandlands in order to try and find another new water source. So it's obviously published by Bandai Namco. So Bandai Namco for me are always bring pretty decent stuff. So
When I
but it's
was a
been
kid, this sort of stuff used to always just enrapture me, and it was always like a good thing for me if you seen the Bandai Namco logo or the Namco itself logo. Same with the Capcom ones. Like that's kind of like a childhood thing for me. Their games were always so colorful and interesting.
well, they literally, his work just stands out.
Yeah.
It just stands out like. But it's been developed by ILCA. They did a couple of Pokemon games. I think they did Diamond and Pearl. They did the One Piece Odyssey game. So they've done some pretty interesting games.
Oh
And
no way,
they've been working with Bandai for quite a while now.
bro! Google the collector's edition and check out the statue you get of Beelzebub.
I'll just look at your stream, mate.
Oh, that's so cool, and you get the steelbook for it and a postcard set.
You're going to be tempted with that. That'll be about 130 quid to 200 quid though, bro.
But see
Easy.
the ones where you get like a statue and like actual collector stuff for it. I don't mind that. One of my buddies got I think it was the Halo Reach when that first came out. No, it wasn't it? It was before then. I think it was the last one they did on the 360. And
Yeah.
he bought the collector's edition for that. And he's a big Halo buff. Shout out to Cammy if you're listening. But he got the Master Chief helmet as well as in one of the special editions he got. And then the other one was this giant sort of statuette of all these Spartans, doing their last stand at the end of whatever Halo game that was. But you don't really realize it was the end of the game the statue is recreating until you finish the game. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, man, it's 100% buy for me. This I don't even need to kind of see if it's going to be shit or anything like that. Like I do with a lot of stuff. It's it looks really good to me. So
I would say bash the demo, bro, and you'll get a good feel of what the game's going to be like without any of the spoilers.
I'm really pleased that that's come back now, though. That they're doing demos for everything now, because it sells way better. Like you're going to get people that will either. Not only does it gives you a taste, but it will then bring people in to buy more games because you're like, oh, fucking have this, mate. But it also, if it's shit, it will get back to them, and then they can maybe do a little bit of like last minute changes and stuff like that. Like, so I'm really pleased these demos have started coming back in, man. Like, do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Plus the fact that they'd be easy little videos to put on our YouTube as well. Like, but yeah, I'm gonna start getting into them. I think a bit more.
Do some demo streams, Book.
Yeah, I'll be the demo man.
That's some game demos, not demolitions.
We'll have a little demo corner. What demos you been playing for? 57. But yeah, so yeah, we could do that, a little demo corner. But yeah, so fucking Sandland. I'm pretty sure it's 26th. That's out on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick me up the comics for them. You can actually find the comic books strewn in these little hideouts and stuff in game. It's very funny.
Yeah, I mean it's going to have the little things because that's what Toriyama was all about. Was the little things.
The character design, man, it's such a strong art style.
Well, the guy was a god.
That's my childhood. That's art style, right? Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z over.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah. So that fucker's out on the 26th of this month. Like so. Next one for me, which is also 100% buy. I mean, I probably won't have the money this month to buy probably either of them. These are probably going to be ones I buy later in the year. But this game has been pushed back considerable amount of time since I think it's been an idea since 2016. It's also had several names as well. I mean, it had something AI, I think it was called. So this has had different names. So this is what they finally settled on. But so, and it's also been already picked and already suggested that it's going to be Game of the Year. So Stellar Blade.
I knew that was going to be it. The next one.
Yeah, Stellar Blade is literally
Oof.
it's going to be so fucking good. I mean, I can't even begin to describe it. Not only is it just awesome just watching a smoking hot ass and jiggly boobies, but just the sheer and utter beauty of it. Like it is so pretty. It's ridiculous, and you've got like the type of monsters and enemies you're going up against are absolutely like brand new as far as I'm concerned. I've never seen anything like it.
It's like it looks like a game in the same vein as Bayonetta. I
Yeah,
said that weird, Bayonetta, but
I'd
with
say so because
a new take on it.
female protagonist, and
Big boobies, big booba,
it's just
lots
it's
of
going to be
bouncing physics.
it's the story mode of it, like it's the attacking of it as well. Like I think they've got a pretty good acting team coming in for this, like as well.
These games are addictive, like crazy addictive. Though, like the same style as like Devil May Cry, um, Bayonetta. Obviously, they really
Well, but the
well
thing is, though, Andy,
finely tuned action combat games.
but it's been compared to everything. That's what the problem is, and that's why it's been prepped for being the Game of the Year, because it is literally got everything in it. Like it's been compared to the games that you said. It's been compared to Dark Souls. It's been compared to Deus Ex. It's been compared to Neo Automata.
That bad guy
Um,
looks awesome. There's
yeah,
some
it's
cool
been
monster
just like
designs in there.
literally Final Fantasy. It's been compared to. It's just been compared to so many different games that it just, with how good it looks, I just. But the premise of it is it's for a little snippet here, which is from the crumbling buildings of, I'm going to say Zion, to the vast wasteland and great desert beyond. Journey to the breathtaking science fiction inspired environments brought to life by the graphical power of the PS5. So it's looking like it's going to be exclusive. A once bustling metropolis, Zion is now populated by a scattering of human survivors, many in dire need of Eve's help. Its streets, alleys, and I'm going to say plazas because I'm sure that doesn't say piazzas, are filled with rusting relics and malfunctioning machines. Naitiba lurk around every corner, and outside the city limits, the sinister wildlife wilderness that stretches far into the distance is every bit as dangerous. Battle through this semi-open world on your way to Eve's next objective, or leave the beaten track to track side quests, scavenge items, and uncover more of the intriguing secrets behind Earth's downfall. So yet again, our civilization is fucked, but it's just sort of it's like this lass is sent from an off-world colony. So I'm pretty sure the premise is that the world is fucked, humans are fucked off, we all now live off-world, but they send Eve down to basically, the whole world is just ravaged by all these evil fucking cunts. So Eve's sent down to basically flush out all this shit because she's super powerful and that, like, and it's just, yeah, going down and battering the shit out of the most unique looking monsters, unique terrain and all this sort of thing, like with decent combat upgrading. And I'm afraid to God outfit changes as well. Because if I could get her in some kind of saucy outfit, that'd be just a game for me, mate.
Every Stellar Blade video I've clicked on so far on the stream has asked me to sign in to confirm my age, just for
Just the
sheer and
jiggly
utter
boobies, bro.
all the jiggle physics on display, you know.
Yeah, maybe you get to see her have a bath halfway through, or maybe that's just what I want to happen. But yeah, so that is, yeah, beyond for me, mate. But it's
Yeah, looks good. The actual like armor she's got on looks crazy, like
yeah.
digital plates.
But Sony has completely taken control of this whole thing, so it's all Sony, baby. Um, Sony Interactive Entertainment, and that's out on the 26th as well. So I'm hoping, like, I don't think they need to outshine each other or outsell each other. You know, like last month where we had Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin on the same day. I think because they're both completely different directions and genres of like, you know, what they are, I don't think they'll clash with sales. I think the only way they clash is if you've got to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
So, but that's out on the 26th of April as well, and for me, it's a highly recommended buy.
That monster design is crazy. It looks like
Some of them look like a cross between like Demon Souls and Pan's Labyrinth kind of shit.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with like, it's like Steven Spielberg's come up with some of this shit or something, you know?
That big monster with the pincer head and the big fleshy belly with spikes hanging down and stuff is just, it looks like something out of Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Cool.
it's beyond pretty, mate. So, um, Inspector Gadget. Next, next one. I got from me. It would be a game called Astra: Knights of Vader.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mm. Mm.
Is this on Steam?
It's on Steam, yeah.
Oh, mostly negative reviews.
Rude, rude.
I don't know how because it's out on the second.
I know.
It came out today. It came out today.
Yeah, I've never played it, so I don't know. I've not bought it yet. It's the only one that's on our list that is out before what you would be listening to it. So if you're listening to it today on stream live, then it's out today. You can go and have a look at it now. You can go buy it now. I don't know what the price. I think it's free to play as far as memory serves.
Yeah, it's free to
So
play.
so you can go and have a look at it today. If you're listening to it on the podcast, it came out on the 2nd, so it's already out. So you can actually go and have a look at this one. But yeah, it just I don't know. It's developed by Flint, published by IBM, and to me, I just thought it was quite pretty. I just thought it quite an interesting looking game.
It looks awesome. Graphics wise, it looks really nice.
I really like the style of the graphics. You see, it didn't look like kind of like a normal kind of
Monster.
like everyday um it's the fact that it's like I don't think it's really I think it's kind of like a left to right or it's like room based, but like you are several characters and you can kind of go in and out and phase up and down the room and you're moving up and down around the room and that sort of thing like but I
More
just
really
like
cool monster designs. I'm wondering what the
yeah the monster
Steam
designs look
reviews.
really good, the character designs and just like I said the general like the backgrounds and it's got a mixture of kind of like puzzles throughout throughout the levels as well as like just really incredible looking like Diablo looking monsters or boss fights or monsters and stuff like that.
Little
Like
guy
so,
looks like Vivi right there.
but I thought it like really good to be honest. But if it's getting negative reviews, then fair enough. Like, but I have, but for it coming out, it looked quite good to
It
be
does
honest.
look
But they're
good. I'm
mostly
wondering what
negative.
the
There must
actual.
be something happening of why it's mostly negative, and the fact that it's free, maybe it was you paid for it and made it free because it's shit or something.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
keep in mind the gamers are a tough demographic to please, right? Let's have a look and see what.
So let's have a
No
look.
control support, auto battle.
They only put it on Steam to steal your info. Look at the terms of use. They can sell and acquire your personal info, emails, store info, etc. Super shady. You have to accept it to play the game. Play is awful. You can autoplay. What's even the point? You can autoplay. It's going to take a
So it's a
shit.
gacha game. That's the caveat here is that it looks nice and that was enough to get us interested, but when you actually buy into it, it's not worth it.
They did worse than Genshin, lowest 0.01%, 5 stars drop rate in any gachas, with the lowest income pool rewards in the market as well. Skip it, save your time and money.
It looks
Very,
beautiful though. That's the sad part about it is they've obviously got like a team of talented people to put this together with whoever's in charge is looking for some sort of predatory practice that just destroys the whole um anything that good that could have happened with it, right?
art is great, story is cool, combat is just about enough to make it a game. I just don't know what to say. The monetization feels like borderline harassment, but I guess that's the world we live in, and I'd rather not. I can't
That's brutal.
recommend a game that's in its current state, as there can be an issue where Yanko gets unequipped from your book and your account gets soft locked. What the fuck?
Oh well.
Yeah, so it's a free game for you to so it's a free game for you to go and play. If you're quite happy to give this dev and publisher or whoever it is that they're connected to all of your information so they can pass it between all their third parties, then you can go and accept that and go and give it a go. But it's looking like it's getting mainly negative comments. But if you maybe give it a bit of time, they might take that away or just change some things from when they get their feedback, which has obviously already started today. It's got 722 feedbacks already, and it's only come out today. So yeah, so Astronauts Invader came out today, or if you're on the podcast listening, it came out on the 2nd.
Maybe it'll
This is
get
why,
better. Maybe.
well, this is why we do it before they come out, because
Okay.
the next one is a game called Europa,
Europa. Is that not
which
quite
is
a popular one?
also on Steam.
This looks cool. Straight away, I like the art style, nice and colorful.
I can't remember, Andy, if this is the one that I played the demo of like a year or two ago, where I was this kid with something on my backpack on
Oh
my back,
wow.
and I was jumping around doing stuff. But I can't remember if it was this game. But that was in the beta. That was
Oh, this looks cracking, bro.
so beautiful looking game. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Studio Ghibli. I don't know why. It
Yeah.
just kind of did. But you've got companions and stuff. But you're this little kid with a jetpack. I think it is.
It looks like those kind of peaceful games that you get, and there's no harsh combat. You don't see this little guy getting mauled by a bear or anything like that. It's just nice, chill kind of adventure to go on.
Well,
Nice
he
and
might get a
colourful.
bit of bear rape later on if that's what you never know, do you?
You'll see. I doubt it. But this is the sort of thing that I would spend like a Sunday afternoon playing, right? Like
It, yeah, it's a beautiful. It's a really nice melodic piano kind of score to go along with it. Like so, kind of really thought that was quite beautiful, to be honest. But it's published by Future Friends, developed by Helder Pinto. But yeah, it's going to be out on Steam on the 16th if memory serves. But if you wanted to play a game where you're just playing, well, the premise of it is you're on a moon called Europa. It's a lush terraformed paradise in Jupiter's shadow. An android named Z sets out in search of answers, run, glide, and fly across the landscape, solve
Android.
mysteries in the ruins of a fallen utopia, and discover the story of the last human alive. So you just yourself exploring, basically.
Yeah.
So
So a big focus here is the nice graphics and
it's
free
gorgeous
flowing
graphics.
movement that empowers you to glide serenely from boost to boost, building power and momentum. So
Whether
it's,
you can up, you know what I mean? Like get the jetpack, what do you call it? Level it or whatever, like you know what I mean?
it looks very nice.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure.
The dev is actually playing it live right now.
Yeah, he's playing it right now. Yeah, he's playing it on
This,
Steam, as far as I know. He said he would be playing it from the first. I'm pretty sure.
this looks like a lot of fun. You know, the last game I played, it was kind of like that was like these nice looking puzzle platformer games was the Gunk.
Yeah,
The Gunk was awesome as well. He's been going a
yeah,
while. I haven't
that
seen
was the one. But didn't she have something on her hand rather than on her
yeah, it
back?
was a little bit more actiony. There wasn't quite as peaceful as Europa looks, but again, just
That
this
was only
nice
a
kind of
couple of years ago as well. That was the
so yeah,
Gunk.
the
I'm pretty
Gunk.
sure.
Um,
It never came out on PlayStation, so that's probably why I didn't play it.
was it last year before, 2022? Yeah, a couple of years ago. But again, just this really kind of lovely art style to it. Yeah,
Mm.
it
But
wasn't
that's
quite as peaceful as Europa.
the the dev's playing it right now. If you're listening to us live, otherwise, if you're on the podcast, this would be out for the 16th of April.
Hmm.
And the next one's you, bro. It's on Steam. On Steam. The next one is Scare Ritual.
Scare Ritual. I thought that. Um. Yeah, this looks cool.
Fucked.
This is early access, so you can get the demo.
You can
Five
get the
free
demo
players.
now, yeah, on Steam. Yeah.
Um, intense round-based zombie survival first-person shooter. Play solo or co-op. Shoot your way through relentless waves of vicious horrors with high-octane objectives, raiding steampunk weapons, collecting Celtic god powers, surviving the onslaught of the quiet ones. Ooh, holy fuck! Yeah, I'm guessing that it's the quiet ones. They got like
It looks
black
fun.
holes for eyes, and they're all gross and like
It's
moldy.
like Rorschach or something like that, like
Look at
or
the player
the
portrait. Your guy's
or
like a guy with a fucking sack on his head with holes in it.
yeah, who's he called? The guy from Batman,
Oh, the
Scarecrow, is it?
scarecrow, yeah. He
Yeah,
has
it's
that
like
song actually.
Scarecrow or Rorschach from you know.
There's a
Well, it looks fucked, but the graphics look pretty good for a horror-based game, in my opinion. I don't really know the premise of it. I think you are some kind of person that's like either been made in a lab or something like that, like, and you got still got your memories though, and you're just in this place or an island or something where you just this place is just fucked.
oh my goodness. This looks fantastic. It looks like Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 in that sort of Back for Blood type gameplay, but they've really leaned into just horror instead of just a zombie invasion. Like fucking demonic castles that you're in, and these don't just look like zombies. These, whatever the quiet ones are, they are fucking horrific looking. Have a look at the trailer.
Yeah, but it looks like it's kind of set in the times of like a little bit like BioShock, where it's like olden times, but you've got all these kind of like special kind of guns and weapons and shit for
Technology, yeah.
because all of these what
Steampunk.
do you call it? Yeah, steampunk. Yeah.
Steampunk guns.
But it's got interesting way of just killing waves. I'm thinking if it's like waves and thing. But it's the best thing about it though. Reason I'm looking forward to it as well is because it's co-op as well.
Hmm. And that's why I
Um,
was kind of wondering about it, because it says it's round based, right? So I was like, is this going to be a bit more like Killing Floor? I don't know if you ever played Killing Floor, but that
yeah, it
was
could
more like
be.
survive the rounds of zombies, the waves that got tougher and tougher until you eventually met the boss at the end. So I don't know if
But I
it's going to
think
be like that, or if it's going to be like Left 4 Dead, where you're actually moving through a level to get to the end.
yeah. Well, you've also but it's not just the Scare Ritual game because it's also got bundles and stuff like that as well. It's not just the game by itself. It's also got bundles to come with it. So it's got this releasing the DLCs and extra stuff with it already. So you can like pay extra because it's only 20 quid for the game, but you can get extra bundles for it as well. So
Yeah, they're all aesthetic kind of stuff. It looks like different skins and character styles, a bit like how Hunt Showdown operates. And I think that's
yeah,
absolutely fine. I think that as a DLC, that's fine. It's an online game. It has to stay supported somehow, right?
yeah. If they go down the route, if they've got a big enough studio to handle a multiplayer type game, then it would be
Mhm.
pretty interesting to play this as a multiplayer because what you really want is a game that really scares the shit out of you. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, these
But
kind
playing
of
multi,
games, like Killing Floor, when you've got these horrifying monsters and you're slaughtering waves of them, and it's like, yeah, it's not that scary now. But when the waves get intense and you're backed against the wall, it can get
yeah.
it can get like a lot of
I
intense
think I
gameplay.
think if you could master the idea of being hunted, but every time you're playing it, you feel like you're being hunted because like Dead by Daylight does it really good for the adrenaline rush. But once you played it that much, it ends up just becoming a normal game.
Yeah.
So I think that will happen with anything. I don't think you could ever stop that. But if you could master a game where you like Alien Isolation, but like multiplayer, it'd be fucked. Do you know what I mean? Where you're just literally shitting your pants because that would really make me happy. But this is like it's not just like one or two players, 4-player co-op. This one, like so.
Got of a teammate. Intensity of Scare Islands horde scale to the number of players. Um, this
But
I'm just
why?
reading here. It says here, 1914. Elizabeth Williams has conquered Scare Island, now seeking domination with a broadcast of the Siren Song.
Oh yeah.
Ari Inwen, her daughter, has opposed her, and after being mysteriously awakened, must join her mission to thwart the broadcast and save the world from descending evil. Scare Ritual is not a direct sequel, but it is a spin off from the award winning British indie horror game made of Scare. So This was like one of those first-person single-player walking simulator horror games.
Major Scare came out a long time ago, man. Like a couple of like at least 4 years ago or something like
2020
that.
that came out, and this is a spin on the story, so it's still using the lore and canon established and made of Scare to riff off of on a completely different kind of game.
There's a Welsh boys, eh? It's Wales Interactive. Wales Interactive done all of this. They published it, everything, man. So
we're seeing it's getting very positive reviews. Of course, the top one's some fucking idiot who's played it for 13 hours. It's an early access game, so you're going to have people who are not happy with the state that it's.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I usually leave it 2 weeks before I start looking at reviews, really, like because
But more often than not, you're seeing the recommended ones, and that's from people who've got like a good few hours in.
But so that's Scare Ritual anyway.
Yeah, oh, looks good. I'll probably get that. I will probably be playing that at some point.
And that's that one's out on the 18th.
They went early access 6th of October, but I think they were expecting the full release. They'll probably have some good.
Yeah, they probably didn't update that. That's probably been a while.
Pieces. But aye, what we got next?
Next one is No Rest for the Wicked. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. They got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed.
He's talking
nothing
right
in my memory.
An early access roadmap. Steam early access, then an update of multiplayer, then an update 2 called The Breach, and then it's a top-down thing. Right, let's actually look into it first before watching the developer play.
All right, boss man. So this is looking like a kind of indie dev kind of game, an indie kind of game.
Award-winning developers of Ori and the Blind Forest. No shit.
Yeah. So this is Ori and the Blind Forest guys. They did both those games. So this is what I was hoping Dunk would be on because I wanted to give him a little bit of a boner. Because he played those 2 games, I think, again very recently. I know he definitely played Will of the Wisps the other day. I was watching him play it. Yeah, this is by them, and just for outstanding games they were. They were so beautiful, so well thought through, so pretty. That this is going to be very good. It's been high up on my radar for a while now.
It looks good. It's really good. I'm getting a sort of actiony RPG vibe from the dev footage that we saw, like a top down. What's it called?
Yeah,
like Divinity, except action instead of turn based.
Well, they want to completely change this though, but they, the way it looks, like the genre or something like that. Like, so it was because it's kind of like taking from. They're going very much towards like Diablo 4 way.
Yeah.
Rather than the Will of the Wisp, so they got very Diablo kind of with it, and it just makes it look absolutely amazing. And the factor is that their stories are also always so good, so the story for this is going to be brilliant.
It looks like a lot of fun.
And it would be a good price as well. So, but it is a single player game. There's no multiplayer or anything like that. It's just literally for you to play it. But with this one, the year is 841. So it's pretty damn old, bro.
King with coins for heads.
King Harold is dead. As word of his death echoes throughout the kingdom, the crown passes to his arrogant yet untested son, Magnus. Rick. Even worse, the pestilence, an unholy plague not seen for 1,000 years, has returned. It sweeps across the land, corrupting everything and everyone it touches. Madrigal Selena, a ruthlessly ambitious figure in the church, sees the pestilence as a chance to prove herself in the eyes of her god. Of course she fucking does. These forces converge on the backwater Isola Sacra. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm absolutely ruining all of these names. Where rebel groups and the provincial government fight for control amid the Isle's crumbling ruins. So this lass is fighting against the government. So basically to take control of this, what this pestilence is doing, taking over the area. So you play as Serim, a member of a group of mystical holy warriors imbued with remarkable powers and sworn to defeat the pestilence at any cost. But the task will prove increasingly challenging as you become entangled in the people's plight and the vast political struggle of the downtrodden land. Chaos will pull you in every direction as you seek to cleanse the land of wickedness and shape the kingdom's fate.
Co-op
So it
mode,
looks,
bro. Online
yeah,
co-op
man.
mode. Every quest, every boss, and square foot of Isola Sacra is theirs to share with you, or they can simply venture off and do as they please. So if someone comes into your game, they can just fuck off and do
They can
whatever they
just
want.
fuck off. Yeah, yeah. And then you could like maybe drop a message and say, mate, I'm stuck on this bit, come give me a hand or something. So,
Mate,
but
yeah, this is one for the wish list for me, right? Like, this looks really good.
oh, bang it on, mate, because it looks so good. Like, but I think it was saying in that little video there, early access or something like that would be 16th, but I'm pretty sure or is it 18th?
Rest for the
But
Wicked, early
I'm
access into 2024 as our most ambitious game to date. And Ori and the Blind Forest and all that. I mean, they were pretty damn ambitious too.
yeah, it should be April 18th, but I've got it down as 16th, but it's saying here 18th, so that's probably, well, obviously a better. But if that's going to be early access, then maybe it's releasing a little later than they
Yeah.
thought. So early
This
access
is
18th, so it might be out properly later in the year. So
I'll either jump into the early access, but it says the full version is planned to differ in the sense it'll have 4-player co-op,
yeah,
PvP, expanded story content in chapters, additional map regions, farming, more weapons, armor, rare items and gear, new enemies, bosses, additional crucible floors. So for me, I might
and that
actually just hold off.
and that'll be like fucking 30 quid. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You're getting your money worth, man,
Uh-huh.
instead of all
Big
these
time.
AAA rushed bollocks that's
Uh-huh.
just full of shit and just money grabbing bastards, man. So yeah, so early access, baby.
Yeah.
Next one on the list, which has been on my list for a while now, and it's on my PlayStation following, and it just comes up with constant fucking shit all the time for me to look at and read about. Really looking forward to it, but then again, the same happened with Gollum, and that ended up being the most biggest dog shit game I've ever seen in my life. But this one is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes.
How do you spell that?
Eiyuden.
100 Heroes.
You
Here we go.
100 Heroes, yeah. So this is from a long line of games. This is
Modern take on a classic
they
JRPG experience. Get ready to lead 100 plus playable characters through a
yeah,
war-torn world. Only you
yeah,
can see.
100 plus characters, man. It's brilliant. It's the fact that you're constantly changing between these people and all this sort of thing, and you're constantly getting little updates, little backgrounds, and all this sort of thing. Like, it's incredible. It's so much fucking fun. And the amount of
There's a dude right there in the trailer that I want instantly if I do play this, and he's this guy right here with the purple scarf. He looks
oh, I
regal as
thought,
fuck.
oh, I want to be the doctor.
Or this guy with he's holding his hand out style with the again. Is that a
Yeah, that's
stethoscope
it.
between his
You
lenses?
look, you look sick as fuck. Like, or you got the plant at the bottom. What about him? He's sexy.
There's some pretty fucking cool character design here. I struggle to come up with one character design. They've got 100 and plus fucking playable characters in this game.
Well, the thing is that they've been doing it. They've been doing it a long time, though, man.
Mm.
Like, because this is Rabbit and Bear Studios. They've been doing this for a long, long, long time. Now, I think they're supposed to be live right now, but it's just spinning for me.
Is this a little bit
But
like Disgaea? How they've been going for a long time. They've got its fan base and it's got its own kind of established gameplay that.
100%, man. Like, yeah, this is exactly how they will do it and how they want it. But this is it's left to right. But it's like all of these heroes unite in order to take down like one common enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really pretty with the way that they do it. I like the graphics now compared to the older games just looks so good, and how you can like maneuver through the actual the no, I would say lands, but through the
Mm-hmm.
areas is way different. Instead of it just being left to right, you can go up and down and that sort of thing. Like, um, but it reminds me of what's the game I played last year? Octopath Traveler, mixture of
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
with
There's a big thing nowadays with like these 2.5D RPGs. The sprite work in 3D worlds.
yeah.
I think it looks awesome when it's done right. This looks really good.
But so it's like the story begins in one corner of Alaran, a tapestry of nations with diverse cultures and values. By dint of sword and by way of magical objects known as rune lenses, the land's history has been shaped by the alliances and aggressions of the humans, beastmen, elves, and desert people who live there. The Galdine Empire has edged out of other nations and discovered a technology that amplifies the rune lenses' magic. Now the Empire is scouring the continent for an artifact that will expand their power even further. It is on one such expedition that Sine Kesling, a young and gifted Imperial officer, and Noah, a boy from a remote village, meet each other and become friends. And they just basically go and fuck everything up. So, but it's just way up there for me, like, because it's like a kind of like anime cartoon based game. It's all like talk scripting as well. The factor is that you just have the constant bombardment of new characters and everything like that. Like, it's mixture of humor in it as well, and I really enjoy like the combat sequences with it as well. It's like a pretty much a turn based as far as I remember, but it's just it predates way back the Iden Chronicles, because it's not just 100 Heroes. There's like several other games as well. So
It looks a lot of fun, and they've got like it keeps showing you the voice actors for each character and stuff, and it's like, wow, there's a lot of characters, there's a lot of voice actors. This is cool. I'm gonna Google Iden Chronicles. Let's see.
it'll take you back, like, they go back as far as Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
They
That's
go
cool.
back as
This
far
is cool.
as memory serves.
Hey, this is maybe one to get for your Switch then, Pook.
Yeah, to play on the move.
These are the sort of games, RPGs, JRPGs with awesome sprite work. Me on a handheld with a cup of tea in bed on a rainy day, man. That's fucking what these games are for.
Well, that's the platform I'd probably be buying it on. So, if I was going to buy it,
very good, very
so
cool.
that's out on the 23rd. 505 are publishing that, like, and they know they have a pretty good eye, so should be pretty good. Looking forward to that one. The next one is called Saga Emerald Beyond.
Is this on Steam?
Did I give you a moment to? Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah.
All the Saga games, I have seen these before.
These go back as well, mate. So this is Square Enix. This is one of the diamonds for me.
Oh, wow, check this guy. He's like a Game Boy battery.
It looks fucked, mate. It looks so much fun. But yeah, it looks so much fun. It looks very pretty to me.
So is it JRPG? Is this turn-based or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's turn-based. Yeah.
All
The
new
Square
adventure.
Enix is probably going to be turn-based. So yeah, it's turn-based, party-based as well. You could say it's a JRPG. I'd probably say it's a JRPG.
He's got a gun.
But I think it comes from the it's the latest standalone entry from the Saga franchise. It brings together the very best elements of the beloved series to offer each player their own unique gameplay experience, make use of glimmers and combos in battle, meet a diverse cast of races, including monsters, mechs, and vampires, and experience your own story created through your choices and actions. It's like Distant Worlds woven together, different protagonists and stuff like that. But it's not. It is going to be like for 16 and older, because there are a little bit of nudity and sexual content. That's probably why I'm interested in looking at it, to be honest. But yeah,
just that general anime bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite anime bullshit. Like, oh, you've caught me in the shower. Oh. How dare you? So yeah.
There's a bit in that Street Fighter anime movie that stuck with me since I was like a young lad. I was like 13 when I seen Chun-Li in the shower.
Chun-Li in the shower, man. Like, she's got legs. She's got footballer's legs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that woman. But yeah, so it's coming out on the 25th of April. This one, it does look really good. I'm not talking much about it, but it's just I would say I would say it's a standalone game in its right in its series. If you're a fan of the series, you'll really enjoy it. If you've not played it before, you can just look at it as like a kind of Square Enix turn-based game that's kind of like Final Fantasy looking, but it's given its own. It's got its own kind of like a touch and twinge on it, like especially when it comes to the character based as well, like and the interaction and the actual connections between each of these of the characters. It's a lot more mature than it is normal Square Enix games. So
It
yeah,
looks like the sort of focus here is that so many different people have so many different playthroughs.
yeah,
So you've got
yeah.
the story of your very own making. It says has the greatest number of branching plots of any game in the Saga series. So your decisions and actions in game will change the story a lot in this one, apparently.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. Like it's like a standard. It's a Square Enix game, but it's like made its own because it's not just like Final Fantasy where it's like one straight story. You could actually change the course of the whole thing for your actions. So
That's cool.
could be pretty interesting, and it's obviously going to be around probably about 50 to 60 quid, but with the factor that you can have multiple endings and storylines gives it its value. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's
Forge
out
your
on
own
the
tail.
25th.
25th, yeah.
Next one is a game called Manor Lords, and that's also on Steam. So
Oh, Manor Lords.
Manor.
Big houses. Manor Lords is a medieval strategy game featuring in-depth. Oh, I have seen this before. Yeah, this is pretty impressive actually. So it's like one of these colony sims games,
Oh,
but at the
that's
same
so
time
good.
as an RTS.
But the thing is, though, is that when I watched the video the other night with Mikey and I was watching the battle fights, and I was like, how would you know who's on your side? I'm like, they all look the fucking same. But it looks really impressive. Like, it's literally building based game, and then but you do actually build your armies, but you actually go out and see the fights. You don't just see it all from like top bird's eye view and just see them all going no, people
It's a very
dying.
up
Yeah,
close
yeah,
view you get of it all,
up
huh?
close. Yeah, yeah. You're almost like you may just one step away from being like actually being on them, like or being being first person. So, but it just looks really interesting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Black and White with how you can actually watch the building. You can zoom in and actually go down and watch the people doing what they're
Oh
doing,
man, I
what they're
forgot about
building, and all
black and
that sort
white.
of thing.
When are we getting a
Yeah.
black and white remaster?
Oh mate, just make a Black and White 3 and just kick the fuck out of
Yeah,
it.
mind you could pick your little
Hey,
villagers up and just fucking launch them across the
you
map
could
and
just
bounce about the
you
place
could eat
screaming.
them and shit, man.
Yeah.
You're literally a god, like, and you just. I played with my pet for like the first 10 hours of that game, just like. But it's medieval based kind of times by the looks of it. It's all like got bows and arrows and all this sort of thing. You can obviously kind of updates a little bit like Civilization, where you kind of invade different lands. You
Yeah.
can be friends with them, or you can just fuck them up. But it's just the interaction, the very close knit interaction with the actual fighting scenes. It reminds me of is it Total War?
Yeah, or like Mountain Blade and that kind of thing as well.
Yeah, I think it was Total War, which was a Chinese one that my mate Baggers used to play on my brother's PC. Shogun Total War reminds me a little bit of that as well.
They've had
Um,
quite a few of them, eh? Shogun, they had Rome, they've even done the
yeah,
Warhammer, done their own Total War series.
but it just reminds me of that. So you can play it like Civilization, where you could just be nice to people and just trade, and also just farm and build, and just build up like your industry and all that. But you will need to still create your soldiers and everything because you will be invaded as well. So it's potential to be pretty massive game. To be honest, you're definitely going to get your money's worth, 100% with this. Because if this was 50 quid, I wouldn't laugh at it because of how many um of how much content you're going to get out of it. And
Yeah.
what impresses me the most is that it has over 2 million people have put this on their wish list
Holy
on Steam.
shit.
I don't know if it's a record, but it's got to be up there, right?
Holy shit.
It just looks really good, mate.
It
It just
does.
looks
It
really
looks
good.
awesome.
Like
I'm looking at
I
the
reckon
gameplay
weather will
overviews
probably
as
have
well.
a factor with it as well. But this is Slavic Magic developer, which I think is one of the best names ever come up with by a dev, and it's published by Hooded Horse. So already together with these people, like it just sounds like it's been put together by some really sexy people, and that's out early access at least on the 26th of this month.
Oh yeah. It looks a lot of fun. This is just the pre-alpha footage that we're going through, so this is but
100%.
super detailed. And there's a huge group of people who love this stuff. Like got the LARPers, live action
Oh,
players and stuff that
it
like it to
just
be realistic and not like pure
oh,
medieval fantasy, where a bit like this, where it's like, you know, there was politics and whatnot. I could see people sinking a lot of time into this.
I just think it's gonna be massive, to be honest. I play it like, but I'm the type of person that if I've just built up an army and then I lose, I get
Uninstalled.
absolutely uninstalled. This game's dog shit. So, but yeah, you put your time and effort into it. It looks absolutely fucking phenomenal. Yeah. So 26th, 2 million people have got it on their wish list. Yeah. I'm on your stream now. Look, if you scroll down a bit. See.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's mental, eh?
April the 26th release. If you missed it, here's our date announcement trailer. Thank you everyone for all the support. Testing. Oh man.
We gotta deliver now, eh?
Hats off to these fellas, right?
No pressure.
No.
So,
Godspeed. Hope we have an awesome launch. That's really, really impressive.
and then you've yeah, so Mana Lords. But yeah, so Final Factory. Looking to be a pretty good game. It's developing a factory in space that's pretty much just developing massive base that creates defensive as well as offensive qualities in order to defend and take over the aliens that are constantly trying to take over the cosmos. That's out on the 9th of April by Never Games Limited. So the next one is also on Steam, and this one is called Broken Roads. Take me home to the
Broken
place.
Roads.
Broken Roads, yeah.
Story-rich, party-based RPG set in a decaying post-apocalyptic version of the vastest. A genre morality system. Genre redefining, huh?
Apparently.
Tough choices.
Did you read that to yourself or?
Oh, it says here. It says right there. A morality system.
Yeah, basically it's like a little bit like D&D. Your actions have serious consequences. Like if you kill like somebody in a village that everybody likes, you're fucked and you will be hunted. And if you go to like another village or something and they know you or they know that the people that they like from that village, it carries over in that. But it just looks a bit fucked. It looks really cool, it looks like a little bit of like a survival based game. It's like an Australian version of that detective game that was out. What's it? Disco Elysium.
Yeah, it says that here. Born of a love for traditional computer role-playing franchises such as Pillars of Eternity, Disco Elysium, Fallout, Wasteland, Tyranny,
Pathfinder, probably.
Baldur's
Pathfinder.
Gate.
Baldur's Gate, yeah, that's for sure. If you look at it, it looks like Baldur's Gate as well.
The novel design sees the dialogue options and question decisions influenced by a character's philosophical meaning, taken into the morality and
Well, it's the premise is that there's no classes, there's no premise. It's like Mad Max. It's like the old Western cowboys. Do you know what I mean? There's no hierarchy. There's no like kind of like sheriffs and all that shit. It's literally just people in the outback killing each other for space and stuff like that. Like,
classic RPG elements with innovative features, unique and Jesus, I can't speak. Customizable gameplay experience, a classless system, extensive range of character development options. It
well,
reminds
it's
me of
about
like a lot of the photos and pictures of it, and I think obviously it must be going for that as like the Fallout game.
well, it's like if you're a prick, then people will treat you like a prick. They'll see you as a prick and that, like. But it all depends on how you are with with your attitude and everything like that, like in decisions, because also your decisions have big consequences across the game. A bit like that Saga game, your consequences, your decisions and actions in a certain village, like I said earlier, will have consequences later on in the game or in other areas where they might be allies with that village or some shit like that. Like, so there is a lot going on in this game. Like, so it does look like a really good idea, a really good premise. Um, so it's also the fact that the language apparently fits the setting with the background and history, because it's the history and lore. It's like the very early days of Australia. Do you know what I mean? Because they would just go and dump prisoners. You know what I mean? In Australia, just like see you later. And of course, they're thriving more than us now, eh?
Bloke's dying. No point wasting water on a dead man.
So it's going to have the Australian comedy in it as well. You know that for sure. So you got Drop Bear Bites developing it, and it's published by Versus Evil and Tiny Build, and that is out on the 10th of April.
I've started seeing like if you see Tiny Build on it, it's usually a good sign.
Yeah, Tiny Build again, bro.
Right, we'll go next.
The next one is called Anomaly Collapse. It's also on Steam.
Oh hell yeah, we got the furries going.
Yeah, so you know why Mikey chose this one, because it's got a chicken in it. So basically, you're commanding a squad of an adorably fierce warriors in Anomaly Collapse, a turn-based roguelite strategy game that offers a fresh twist on an old formula. Face off against otherworldly beings and uncover the dark secrets of supernatural calamities. Immerse yourself in a story where every move counts. So it's one-dimensional battlefield grid where movements are minimized but strategy is maximized. Plan your moves and outmaneuver your foes by mastering the art of flanking, backstabbing, and cornering them into thrilling face-offs. So it looks like a basically turn-based game of just battling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, it looks like your
Left,
positioning on the sort of 2D plane can make or break you in this game. Where you are
yeah,
in relation to the bad guy.
and then I think it's like making sure you're collecting enough decent items on the game, like the interactions between the characters and this sort of thing, like in leveling them up, probably weapons based as well as health as well. So, but that's developed by Rocket Punch Games, published by Spiral Up Games, and that's out on the 12th of April.
Well,
The next one is one I've been looking at as well. I've been looking at this one for quite a while as well. This one's also on Steam, and this one is called Harold Halibut, and this looks absolutely stunning.
I've heard of this.
Absolutely stunning. This looks like.
Look like puppets.
Yeah, it's
Really the
gonna
point though,
be.
right? Isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much like. It's all handmade, mate. It's all hand drawn. But I'm pretty sure it's set in space and stuff like that. Like I'll read it down here. So the Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship submerged in an alien ocean. Wow, fucking hell! It's been 250 years since your home and Ark, like spaceship, fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant for the ship's lead scientist, Jenny Moreau. While most of the ship's inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Moreau still works tirelessly to find a way for the ship to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. But the weird, wonderful, and diverse people of the Fedora keep Harold busy too, until one fateful encounter plunges Harold into a world no one could have imagined, and one that may hold the key to Moreau's relaunch plans. Join Harold as he explores a vibrant retro future world in his quest to find the true meaning of home. And that's why what I liked about it the most was the whole premise of the story, but it looks like old school handmade clay type
Like old marionettes. It looks
bag
like a
puss
fucking.
kind of era looking graphics and shit.
It looks like a stop motion movie.
Yeah, it just looks absolutely fucking stunning, like, and it's got weird looking creature people in it and stuff like that, like, but it's got full voice acting, expansive character ensemble, and riveting cinematic storyline, like, so it's got a really good narrative with it, like, so it looks really pretty, and I think Slow Bros have done a really good job here. They're developing it as well as publishing it, so um, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I reckon it will have a good score on it. It'll have good acting. I reckon it'll have a decent little bit of comedy in it as well. Like, plus it'd be interesting to see if they do actually get out of there or what happens. But the premise is that you're on a spaceship from Earth that's on an alien planet underwater because it's crashed. So whether the aliens even know you're there, don't really know. So, but that's out on April
City-sized spaceship.
16th as well.
I love it. It's like reminds me of the Grim Fandango, how it took a sort of
Yeah, man.
adventure
Grim
time and just give
Fandango.
it like it's like the art style that makes it its thing alone. Very
The
cool.
Grim Fandango.
Manny the fucking
Don't you wanna get inside my Reaper? Um,
was that the last for the indie list?
no, we got two left. So the last two are, and this one I've been looking at as well looks quite good. It's called Tales of Kenzera or Zau, Zau.
Oh, Zao.
Yeah, Zendera. Oh, Kenzera, sorry. Yeah, you
Name
could
of
just do that
forever.
one.
All right, yeah.
So this just looks again really pretty left to right. It's taking on the same kind of premises, Hades a little bit, but also that Prince of Persia,
Yeah, it looks
if you
like they
know what I
launched
mean.
this at a bad time because Prince of Persia just smashing it.
Yeah, they've perfected it, haven't it? So this one is so you're a shaman trying to reclaim your father's spirit because his father's fucked off, so you need to get him back, and you're a grieving boy.
Even
Um,
boy.
So he
Who's
begins
like
to
the next
read a
episode?
Bantu tale written by his late father, adventuring into the beautiful and treacherous lands of Kenzera Rizal, a young shaman who bargains with the god of death to bring his Baba back from darkness. With your comic powers and untried courage, you advance into unknown mythological lands. Once bursting with life, Kenzera is now rife with lost ancestral spirits. As Zal advances towards his goal, three mighty beings lie in wait, fearsome in their strength, yet somehow strangely familiar. Will you embrace the dance of the shaman? So, yeah, Daddy's dead. He left him a book. He did a deal, and he's like, "Give me my dad back." He's like, "Fuck you." And he's like, right, I'll go and do it myself. You got to go and take down 3 cunts and hopefully get your daddy back.
Pass on that one.
Is that the premise?
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Yeah, it's not really for me, but it does look really pretty. It does look quite impressive for the type of genre it's looking for. It's probably overshadowed by other games, but for the fact that it's only going to be less than 20 quid, you might want to give it a go. But Electronic Arts, it's EA as well, so that's probably why I'd rather piss on my own face. But you've got Surgeon Studios that have done it, so I don't really know anything else by them. If this is their first game, fair play to you. It does look quite impressive. It's your first one. And yeah, go and check it out. But that one's out on April 23rd. And the last one, this one looks fucked because I remember it's they said they've been saying throughout the whole campaign of this game that it's a Souls game. But I'm pretty sure this one is on Steam as well. It's called Another Crab's Treasure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's
Is this
very it's very comedy based,
yeah.
very hilarious. Like, just looks so funny. And the premise is that you're this crab in the world of crabs with the dangers of what's in the sea that like to kill crabs. And the whole thing is about trash. So we've thrown all this trash into the sea, and you use it to against all your enemies. So you use it to build your armor, build your weapons, basically everything.
I watched a guy play this and like the demo for it, and it does look like a lot of fun. Like your defense and attacks are kind of based on what you're using as a shell.
Yeah, pretty much like so. I'm guessing like something soft on your back isn't going to do as much save you as much as if you got something hard on your back. Like, but it just looks really comedy based. Like I think I remember watching it, and it was like you were fighting a crab and you was using chopsticks as nunchucks or some shit or swords and that. Like, but yeah, it looks really fucking stupid, but quite interesting at the same time. And the fact that they're claiming it's going to be like a type of Souls type game, I thought it'd be quite interesting to see what the characteristics and why they are saying that.
Yeah,
But
I would say have a wee look at. It's called Iron Pineapple. He did a quick playthrough. I think he got early access to it, and it gives you a better
yeah,
idea of how the Souls like kind of works. It's a cool spin on it. It's an original
well,
take.
it's a Souls-like adventure set in a crumbling underwater world. As Krill, the hermit crab, you'll need to wear the trash around you as shells to withstand attacks from enemies many times your size. Embark on an epic treasure hunt to buy back your repossessed shell and discover the dark secrets behind the polluted ocean. And I'm pretty sure it's got some pretty funny comedy and little things in that. Like, but you obviously they've probably done a little bit of research into the nature of the sea and that sort of thing. Like, and I think it'll be a mixture of whether something is actually worthwhile, worth selling, or it is actually just trash and just junk and stuff like that. Like, so could be quite interesting. But yeah, Another Crab's Treasure, done by Aggro Crab. So I guess they're all about the crabs. Published and developed it, and that's out on the 25th.
Looks funny. You can get the playable demos out now if anyone wants to try. Mr. Krabs goes wild.
Mr. Krabs! Mr. Krabs!
And
Mr. Krabs!
is that it for Mikey's indie corner?
That's it for Mikey's Indie Corner. Yeah, I was just seeing if there was any other indie games I was thinking of, or if I can find, but I've not done research for that, so I just did enough on the other games. So, but yeah, so that's the games, all the games we've got from AAA all the way down to the indie games. No Dark Corner. I guess that Hentai Evil game would have been the Dark Corner side, like, but yeah. But yeah, appreciate your patience with us. Sorry for the podcast being released a little bit late, but it's here now, and hopefully this will help you look to a bit more information and stuff like that. Like, and um, if you go on to the YouTube or the Twitch channel, you'd be able to see the actual video of this as well. So if you'd rather just watch it rather than just listen to it, then you can also go and have a watch of that, which I think we probably might do from now on, because if we live stream it, means that we can have a bit of chat with people jumping in, any questions they come in and have like live. We can also, Andy's got the video up so we can actually have a look at what we're looking at and games you're looking at, so you can actually be a watcher as well as a listener. So best of both. But we do have GamerTalkz, which is obviously a podcast, which is on Spotify. GamerTalkz Live, which is on the Twitch, what you're watching now. We've also got High Arcade as well as Pookievision to watch on Twitch as well. And then we've got the Twitch YouTube channel and the Twitch Twitter as well. Any questions you wanted to send to us to our email was GamerTalkz questions at gmail.com. If not, you can always just go onto our you go onto our websites, onto the platforms just to have a look and see what the actual email is. I should know that, but I'm pretty sure it's GamerTalkz questions at gmail.com. You can send us questions there for us to have a look at. So,
absolutely. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you all.